Good evening, team. It's me, Jay Song. Thank you very much for joining my chart room. And today we're going to be going over some XRP, and let's get right into it. So this is the daily chart. And if you're new to trading, each one of these candles represents 1 day's worth of time. Each one of these, this one, that one, that one, that one, that one, is over a series of days. July 28th, 29th, 30, 30. The reason I use charts is because I'm able to use the data from the history to predict buying and selling patterns and to create price maps. So this is what I do, and it's a form of technical analysis. So let's get into today's analysis, what I've been seeing. So if you're caught up with my last videos, you're going to understand that the principle of the hard close. And the principle of the hard close is when we close on a known hard point, then those are the times when we can really experience the next bar being a reversal candle of some kind. So a red down bar meant that price came all the way down to here, and then we stopped right on this green line that I had drew. When we stopped there, we immediately went right back up. So this is a good sign for higher prices. If I'm bullish, I want that red candle to be straight on that line, because that means it's a sign that we're going up. I know it's kind of backwards thinking. You're looking at lower prices to go high, but remember, if you're buying a new car, you're not going to go into the dealership and ask for the highest price. You try to negotiate a lower price. And that's how every market works. Whether you're buying rice or you're buying anything else, you're looking for the lowest prices possible. In the market, that happens the same way. You just have to know what to look for and when a price is being discounted. And it usually shows itself when we do what I call a hard close. And when price doesn't do those hard closes when they should, then you can also see that price is acting very peculiar. And that usually that means that it's not important and that price is going to continue going higher. And so today, this is a daily chart. So we've been making some very big gains. Right now, it looks like we're at 85-cent XRP. And that's fantastic. That's really good. So I'm expecting, I told everyone earlier in the month, in late last month as well, that I had expected some big moves on the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. I think I said the 10th. But here we are since the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Here we are. So we're at a big price. In alignment with the charts, what I can see is I see some targets at here at $1, 27 cents, 515, $1.2751. Okay. Now, before we get into that, I'm also going to be telling you why I think there might be some trouble up ahead here at 94.66. So you want to mark down that point, 94.66. And I drew it as a range because of what I'm going to talk about in just a moment. What is most likely to happen is we can get them to this area. We may come back down for a pullback at this area and then before we continue up. That is the most likely scenario when we get to this range. If this range pulls powerful, it can bring us down. But in my opinion, I think what's really going to happen is we're going to be able to use this range as a launching platform. The same way that we can use a setup, we can do that. Now, here was the last setup, and I have been telling everybody this for a long time, that these were the trend lines. So when price came up and it sat down on top of here, we were ready to launch, and because of that, we were going to blow through our targets. Remember, I told everybody this was the target, but if we get the setup, we'll be able to punch through it, because that's how price action works. And because we got the setup, a very nice curve, we were able to punch through price with a hard close. So then I knew that if price does pull back, we're going to pull back to the previous highs. Well, what was the previous highs? Two places, here and the high wicks. And price came right to that point and then came back up. And that's why we're continuing up. And that's why we are still expecting higher prices. But where are we going to? How high is price going to go? Well, I'm going to tell you why I think we're either going to start seeing some reversal patterns here, and I can draw the lines and price will do that, and then we can go down, which I don't think that's going to happen, but that's what I would be expecting at that point if we were going down. Actually, what I really expect is, again, price to come up into this range and come up, whether it's that or whether it's on top of that line right here. So either that one or this line, I'm expecting price to get some momentum in that range. The lower band of this, let's put that on so you can draw it as well. 89.40, 403. So if you're taking notes, I drew these lines at 8940 and 9466. Oh, no, 9466. No, not that. A little bit higher. Sorry. There we go. That's better. 9640. So if you're taking notes, 9640, 89.440, those are the general range where I'm looking for now a change in behavior. Either we're going to continuation behavior, or we're going to start forming some weaknesses in price, and I'll be able to draw those lines, and then we can come back down to a previous support, maybe right there. Okay. But we have to see how price will behave, and that's when we can determine if we'll sell or buy. I don't just sell based on price. I sell based on price behavior, how it's acting, because price is the best indicator of itself. Okay. Now, why at that range? Well, I'm going to tell you, and this is going to look a little bit confusing, but we're going to go, and I need you to bear with me because I know these charts are complicated, but I'm looking at these charts so you can better understand this. So I know I have a lot of things going on, and I'm going to use my crayon tool. It's not really a crayon, to help you understand. Okay, so for right now, I want you to just ignore all of this, and I want you to just focus on what we see. This was what price was doing. This is the actual price action. But there was one time when price went right through that line and came up and came down. To the naked eye, it would seem like these are the bottoms and you need to draw there. However, if price is so high and doesn't come to these points ever, then these lines still have to be resolved somehow. They have to be what I call exhausted. It's like a battle, and they have to show up in price action. So how do these prices translate into there? Well, you dissect further. You can do things like you drawing the phantoms. You take the line, and then you of the two lows, and then you take the top part of that line and you duplicate that line, and it creates patterns in the future, and it does that too a lot. But normally I wouldn't draw them that simple, but that type of thing happens a lot in the markets. But this time it's very different. This time is a continuation on the lesson I was teaching in the emergency video where I discovered a hidden player. Now, there was a couple ways where the hidden player, it can play out, and this is one of them where I drew the straight line here, and then price is now coming underneath that hidden player. Now, the reason I'm starting to doubt this a little bit more, that price is really not at this point, is because, and we are close to that point. But the reason I'm starting to doubt it is because of something even greater that I see, and that gives us a little bit more higher prices, and that is going to be this. That is going to be this green parabolic line. So if I were to draw that solidly, or if I were to draw it like this color, maybe you can see a little better. Or if I were to draw it a bright yellow, maybe that's better for you. Because if we were connecting this dot, that dot, that dot, that dot, and this dot, all times price bounced on that line. Bounce, 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 bounce. So that tells me this absolutely exists in the markets, and price knows it exists. So if that exists, where is the range where we would exceed the residual of that? That's where we would draw the sword cut. Okay, and this is the method that I use to determine where we should be looking for a change in price behavior. The other thing I did before I get into that cut is I connected the bottoms of these, the core roots of here, the bottoms of here, and the core roots of here, and that gave me that straight line right there that I drew in green. Okay, The accurate line is here. Now, if I were to take this one and I make it really thick and I make it bright yellow, you can see it as well. Okay, so this gives us some strong points of price on where price would react. Now, what happens is because price did not bounce here, but phased through, I mean, it didn't bounce that strong, but went through, that means now that price is we're able to take the point when price cut through and draw a line. Now, where did price cut through? Since price bounced here, it actually cut through here in this range right there. Okay, so if we draw here and we also curve there, there's 2 points when price breaks through, and price broke through here. Okay, see that, guys? Now what I do is I draw this as the sword cut. And that is this range here. And again, these are my secrets, okay? I don't really share this with many people, but these are this range here. And because we have that range, I'm expecting price to react into that range. We draw it as an orange line. That's weird. Why does it keep on doing that? Look at that. But anyway, at any rate, we're going to draw that as a range. And then if we wanted to, you can hide these lines. But I'm going to leave them up here so you understand what I'm looking for. So I know this looks a little bit messy, but there's a method to my madness. There's some lines we don't need. Some we don't need at all. And now I'm going to go over some more information. The next things I'm going to tell you is that I'm expecting price to actually go up to here, $1.27, at least for right now. Okay, that's what I can see. Now, what? Why $1.27? Well, I'll tell you why $1.27. I'm so glad you asked. Okay, the reasons, first of all, is one, we have a fib match. So what I did is I took a measurement of the last uptrend. So, you know, in a nutshell, it looks like this. Price came down, price went up. Now I took the cores of here, and I also did some reverse projections to give me Fibonacci lines that match right there. Okay, and there was a few of them, but that was one of the more stronger ones. So I drew that in a bright purple line, and I extended it from when I first drew it. Okay, so that line is important to me. So we'll make it a little thicker. Okay, and I did this on a weekly chart. Each one of these candles is 1 week worth of time. Okay, each one of these. Again, all of this drawing is on a weekly chart, and I changed my settings to logarithmic, not regular, because then you can't see it, but logarithmic. It gives you a balanced view of price, and I love that now. I love it. It makes drawing on duplicating cloning tools a little difficult. So you have to be careful and draw them manually as best you can. But I'm giving you what I see. There's another thing that I saw when I go to a daily chart and go back to each candle being only 1 day. We're zooming down a little bit and I can see something. The next times we encounter resistances are this area and these areas up here. Okay, those are the times we'll encounter that resistance. Now, if that's the times we're encountering a resistance, then we're pretty free up until then, and that's great, and we should. However, there is some warnings, and we should be aware of those things. The first warning is this guy right here. Okay? Price came down and then went all the way back up. Came all the way down to 92 cents and then went all the way back up to $1.70. So that line is pretty important, wouldn't you say? It is. But the reason I'm not so concerned about that one is because that one is already exhausted. What do you mean, Song? What do you mean exhausted? Again, I'm so glad you asked. Price went up and came down. this line exists. So we drew that. And then price went up, hit that line, shut down. Came up, hit the line, shut down again. So before it used to be support, but now because we're on the underside of the line, it's now resistance. Imagine a bouncy ball that's bouncing up and down, and the ball blasts through the glass floor or the floor. Now, if that ball hits the bottom and comes back up, that one thing that used to be the floor is now the roof. If you have a fat man and they're jumping on the bed and they crash through the floor and they land on the bed there and they bounce up and down, they're going to hit their head on here. So it needs to be a good bounce before they can come up again to the next floor. That's how price action works. Okay. Now, we hit it 1, 2, and then we came and continued down. Okay. And those floors are not just flat, but they're parabolic, and they're dynamic. So if you hear me talking about dynamic, I mean straight lines. So this is I'm teaching you guys how price action works. Now, so this one has been exhausted. Okay? That cancels each other out. If price goes back to that line again, it's a lot especially after getting some people behind it. Okay, that's called a rally. We're consolidating at lower prices, and all these people are jumping on the board saying, hey, let's all go fight together. Let's fight that line. It's a more chance that they're gonna break through that line. Okay, but it takes effort. Okay, so that line has been exhausted. The winner was this line here. It does need to be challenged again, but for right now, it's kind of weak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease the strength of that line down to a level 1 thickness. You can click on a line, change thickness level 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I'm changing this to a level 1 because we've already touched it twice and we have a very balanced move. Now, did we have a balanced move? Yes, we did. What do I mean by a balanced move? Well, I mean, we went up about that far and we came down about that far. See? This is basically the same shape. So these moves cancel out each other, and really this weakens this whole thing because we have balance, and markets are always searching for balance. However, what lines haven't been balanced? What lines haven't been attacked? This one. So these were the lows. Price went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, and then came through. These two were the lows. This one and that one. Got it? All right, let's continue. Because that line has not been exhausted, we are still going to put it there. And so I put this in a bright yellow, and you can see that here at this point. At $1.27 and $1.2751, I put the yellow line right there. See it? But it just also happened to match perfectly exactly the fib level. When you have a fib match at a known resistance point, price is attracted to there almost like a magnet. So what I'm expecting is a beeline, almost a beeline. If we can get through this junk, we should be able to go up to here almost no problem. And then from there, again, the same principles apply. We'd be expecting prices to go down from here, or to break up and rest, and then we'll find a bounce at that line. And I'm absolutely expecting that, and we can see that, and that would be fantastic. These are the lines that we should be most concerned about when it comes to price behavior. Okay, so why am I not so concerned with the smaller time frames? Well, because I'm looking at the bigger picture on price movement that is making sense. And you want to go to where the candles are making sense and where the candles are telling their story. And right now, they're telling a very simple story on the lower time frame. If you're trading on a 5-minute chart, you may be missing all of this stuff because this is what you're seeing on a 5-minute chart. Ups and downs and ups and downs. Are we going up? Are we going down? Are we going up? Are we going down? What is happening with price? I have no idea what's happening with price. And you may be feeling that way because look at all this. If you're just getting into crypto and you're buying some of those apps, okay, and you're watching the crypto apps and the squiggly lines moving up and down and up and down and up and down, and all day you don't know if we're going up or down, and all of a sudden we just go, boom, look how high we go up. Oh my gosh, we went up so high, and oh no, we came all the way back down. I lost my money. Oh my gosh, now we're going all the way back. Well, look, what is happening? Because you have lost sight of the horizon. Okay, I am revealing the picture to you. You don't have to take it. You don't have to take my analysis. But I watch price action. And I understand price behavior. And you watch it enough, you're going to also, too, learn how price should be behaving. Because when you find the actual story of price, then you can understand the lower time frames. And then when you go down to like a lower time frame, you would be knowing, hey, if we're up, that means we're going up, then basically we are in a bull run, basically. Now, that's not always the case, but there are certain times when we could be expecting a bull run. And if that's the case, if you're expecting price to go up, then you can always go back down if you're trading like to a 1 hour chart, and then take all the buy signals, you know, that you're seeing, okay? And then take those. Like, for example, you can put on RSI, and then when you see price cutting through the lower ones, you can take a buy right there. Okay, here we go, price cut here and then right there, so we can take a buy right there. So you took a buy from here, and then you can take another buy, you know what, hours ago. So there are signals that are available no matter what indicators you are actually using, and your indicators, whatever technical analysis method you use, I believe you're going to benefit when you learn how to draw correctly. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this video right here. I have an appointment this afternoon, so I'll be dropping in these things. I'm gonna take a little bit of time right now to talk about some upcoming things. Now, we do have a very special announcement. Very soon we're going to be doing a collaboration video this week with Lady Queen's channel, and we're going to be featured in that channel, and so I look forward to seeing you there. Many people on her channel asking, they were saying that people were saying they want J-Song to come on her channel, so she called us up, and so we had a meeting and had a great time. It was really nice. I think I included a link to her last video because she's doing simplified videos of some more basic things, and I was telling her I would love to get into some basic things. But a lot of times I have a lot of charts going on, and I don't really have time to, zoom in so much to the smaller things. I'm really concerned right now with just keeping us alive. There's a lot of people who have come to me who are, you're traders, you are long-term investors, and then other people are traders. And so I have a big balance of people who are just like, I don't even know what a crypto is. And I just know, I don't know what an XRP is, and they just know that maybe they're being led by the Lord to come apart. So if that's you, I want you to just know you're still okay. We're still in good hands. But I do need everybody. I do need everybody just being careful, being alert. I want people checking the chart room. The other thing I want to tell people is that I am on Patreon and I am on Telegram. On Telegram, I'm posting daily updates about XRP. And I post other charts there throughout the week. But every chart that I post, I'm also posting on my Patreon. So if you're on Patreon, it's like a website that I have where I can quickly do audio. I can quickly post a short video, which I do sometimes. I'll post my charts, and you'll see me drawing on my charts. You'll see me do daily updates. Usually I do an update in the morning, in the evening. Sometimes I do midday updates. And then when I do my price maps for other currencies like ZIL or, like I was doing ZIL this morning again. We were doing ETN. And I was posting those charts. I also post them in the Patreon, so you're easily able to get a notification. You're able to log in. You can see all of my stuff. It does require a donation of any kind, of any dollar amount. Some people are donating a lot, and I'm like super humbled and grateful by that, because it's just a blessing to me. As of the filming of this video, we have 22 patrons. You know, at this moment, I want to do a really special shout out to our Patreon supporters, because we have 22 Patreon supporters who decided to be a blessing to me, to this work, what we're doing here. And they decided to sponsor me with your financial support. I think that's just amazing. You become a member, that you guys are the ones that get exclusive content and also the updates. And I just want to give a shout out and a big warm thanks from my heart, because I'm really happy. We got 22 supporters. We got Patriot D, Kim Katoridis. I'm just going to slaughter your name. We got Lauren, nice guy, Nadaru, Cornelius, Venkat, Truth, Terrence, Nelly, Antic, Dean Kumrick, Paul C, Robin, Tom, Jeffrey, Victor, John, Sean, M. Carroll, Tyler, and then finally we have Yuri, Sully, my right hand guy. He has been part of the team. He's actually one of the admins here at on the Chartroom on Telegram. And then we have Antonella, known as Scarlett. And I just want to say a special thanks to you guys. You guys were my supporters last month, and this month we gained a few more members. And I just think that's so awesome that you guys wanted to be a part of this, that I'm doing here. And show me your care and appreciation with your own resource, because you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to take the time out of your own, you work for your money hard, and you're sharing that resource with me. Some people are giving $5, $10, $40 a month, and I think that's just awesome. And so God bless you all for being a part of this team. And remember, you can join with even just $1. There are people who even just give $1 in their own local currency. I think that's enough to become a member. But a member of any dollar amount allows you to get access to that content and to get my notifications on my Patreon. Especially if you don't have access to Telegram, you can consider joining us here. But I want to just say a special thanks to all of you guys. For all our Patreons, I always say you can email me a special list if you have like, hey, I want to look at such and such crypto. Can you make me a map? I'll be glad to take a map and update it once a month for you guys. That's no problem. A lot of times I'll update it more than that, but I don't want to overcommit myself as I'm stretching into more and more, getting more and more stretched. I will say that. I do want to apologize if you guys have commented me on YouTube. I am getting a massive amount of YouTube comments and questions. Not just the comments. Sometimes the comments are really easy to read, but I'm getting a lot of questions. And then we also are getting a lot of emails. So I want you to know I'm trying my best to stay on top of it. I'm trying to balance everything out. I'm trying to use these videos as more of a direct path to train you guys more, so that you know how to draw the maps yourself, and that you can follow along more quickly. And it's also going to help with a lot of your basic questions. Making these videos, sometimes the questions are very introductory, and so I'm trying to find just a balance of teaching but also updates, because I care about all of you guys. I don't want you guys to be left behind. So that's why I'm positioning myself into more and more moves. I'm also available in our chart room. I do check in very periodically throughout the day. And if you need to ask me a direct question, click on my name and then click question and type in the question. When you click on my name and then click reply, you can quickly see any of my previous posts and then reply. What that will do is it sends a notification directly to my phone. So I can have whatever you're talking, because I can't always be in the chart room. There, a lot of times I'm creating or doing something. So I will be checking in that chart room, but I can't always there. But the group there is so knowledgeable. If you have questions about your, how to do this or how to this, if in the crypto world, there's so many people there that are so more than willing to help you. And I want to thank all of our chart room members. Remember, the chart room link is in the description. It will also be here. You can type it in. I also, when you see my name, don't forget to subscribe to my name, because then you can just quickly click on my name and go through all of my recent posts, or you can click on the pins tab. The other thing I'm going to be letting you know is that very soon I'm going to be creating a blog where I'm going to be using that as a platform to also update my charts. Again, the Patreon group will continue to get exclusive content especially as that's coming more and more on the way. To the Telegram group, that's kind of more the XRP community people, and I am continuing to give those for free, because those are the main things, and also letting people know the majority of what's really happening in Bitcoin and what's going on in the world, and then to keep everybody on top of the prophetic community, what they are sharing with me. Sometimes very personally, they are sharing these things. And then also people are commenting me now, they're emailing me dreams that they're having of the crypto markets, especially XRP. And we got a great video coming out this week. We're going to be going over, it'll be our dreams collection number 3. So if you haven't seen our first 2 videos, the one I had a dream and then a vision, and then I just filmed another one where there was 3 dreams, 2 a short, and then one that was a rather long dream. But we have another collection coming out for you. We'll be getting that out. I hope to film that this week. So these are the announcements that I'm going to be making, and I look forward to creating that blog. It'll be a place where you can see some of my main charts, and just follow me, because I'll let you know that when I film a video, there is a lot of things that go into it. I do have to edit it. I do have to edit this quickly because markets are moving. And then I have to upload it, and I do have to upload it to a higher quality. So I'm trying to, I'm working with YouTube to try to get it at a higher quality. Right now I get it, the best I can get it up to is 460 just recently, and I just figured out how to do that. I'm new to all of this part. If you do a video that's over like 15 minutes long, the quality can go down. So the higher the quality, the longer it can take to upload. But on a blog or on my Chartroom and Patreon, I'm able to just quickly do screenshots and blast them out to you. So if you're like, man, I wonder what's happening in the markets, because I post a video or whatever, join me on Patreon or join our Telegram group. But because you're gonna see me making screenshots, drawing all throughout the day. I don't put all of those maps that I have on YouTube. I do maybe one YouTube video a day, on Monday through Friday, and there's some days I don't even do a video, but I am still actively involved in my charts. And so if you are on Patreon, you're gonna see that. And then in the future, I'll make a blog where people can just quickly go as well, because that's gonna be really good, and it's also gonna be good to support what I'm doing here. So I've been hearing that that's a good thing for me, because we have content people will always use. So this is a 4-hour chart, and currently, what is our current price of XRP? 85 cents. If you have been shadowing my trades, you should definitely be up XRP, as we have sold many times since I started, not just on YouTube but in the chart room. And then if you have been also shadowing me, you should be up. Plenty of profit, since we had bought back down on 67 before this run. So we were down here is when we bought. So you should still be up considerably, because I have not sold, and we did get some nice. We're still in support. So I know that there's a temptation to just run and trade everything you see, but we right now, because of these dangerous times, we're focusing on the major markets, the what's really fully unfolding. And so again, watch these videos, you can study, follow along, watch my other content. If you're learning how I do what I do, just go ahead and watch that. You're going to find more about the sword method. I know today we got into a little bit of advanced stuff when we were talking about this line up here, but you guys are going to be just fine. And I know you guys are going to be great. So I bless you. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Remember, put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. He is the best friend you can ever have. The Bible says he's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. Lord, bless these people. Bless these friends of mine. Bless everyone who's listening. And I pray that you will lead them and guide them in all the things that is going to be happening as we expect the biggest shakeouts in the world coming, and also some of the biggest profits before the time of the crypto winter. Before the times of the great crash, we also know that there'll be times of great abundance, and then there'll be a small amount of time. So I pray that you would just prepare everyone and tell them what type of trader they should be. There's a lot of people, Lord, that should not be trading during these times, but rather just holding and forgetting about it, because you know the temptations of them. There is a casino mentality that can really come over a person, a spirit of greed even that can come over a person, a spirit of recklessness that can come over a person as they begin to trade in the crypto market, because it can look like a very get rich quick thing, but there is things that they need to be aware of, and there is dangers. However, we also have not forgotten, Lord, that you are using this time and you are using these moments to put the wealth of the wicked into the hands of the righteous. And yes, there are people who don't know any of the things about cryptos or investing or markets or anything, those things, but I pray that you would guide them through anyways. Because when Israelites left Egypt, you made them favorably disposed by the Egyptians, and they cast gold at them. And all the Egyptians, they were their masters, they were slave masters, and they were casting gold at the Israelites, just telling them, "Go, just leave," because you had delivered them and sent them into the promised land. So Lord, as we go into the promised land, people who normally wouldn't be in a position to receive this kind of things, put them in a position to receive these kind of things. Put them into a position where they're going to receive the wealth of the wicked, where they're going to receive the resources that they're going to need in this coming years, and to take care of them, their families, to take care of their ministries, to take care of themselves, to break free from debt, and to destroy all the bondage that has been over them, Lord. Some are just struggling to survive and just make it week to week, Lord. You're going to help deliver them and put them in right position. You're going to show them how. And even if for those who know nothing, you're going to help them. So I pray that you would help them. And I believe it, Lord. I love you for it. I thank you that you're going to do this for us in this time. I pray this, God. Release it upon the earth. And I release it. I speak it into existence, that they will be experiencing an abundance. Lord, do this for them. Make them your blessing. Make them your resource upon the earth. Gold is nothing to you, Father. There are streets that in heaven, we walk on streets of gold in heaven. May it be on earth as it is in heaven. Lord, thank you for giving us these blessings. Lord, let not the money control the person, but rather us be the controller of the money. Because money makes a terrible master, but it can make a great servant. Lord, let us not be slaves to money. Let us not be servants of money, but let us be servants of God. And then we can send the money to do what you need to do. And we'll be the available vessels. We'll be those vessels on the earth. Let us use us, God, to take care of others. Use us because we're here. And we're saying here, Lord, you can use us. Thank you, Lord. You sent Joseph, the youngest, the lowest of all his brothers, and you sent him into the godless land of Egypt, where they were serving foreign gods and demon gods, and you made Joseph the king, and you used him to receive the whole wealth of Egypt. And even that was fulfilled through Moses. And it was even fulfilled in his time, in the 7 years of abundance and the 7 years of famine. Even in the famine years, the Egyptians were selling even themselves as slaves to Joseph. And in each year, Joseph kept getting more and more blessed and more rich. You caused that to happen, Lord. That even when things are going crazy and people and markets are collapsing and panicking, people will be able to accumulate more XRP. They will be able to accumulate more cryptos and more stocks, or more whatever the things they're supposed to be buying. And then during the times of the blessings, they are the ones on the receiving ends, because money never goes anywhere. It's just transferred hands. So change the mentality of people to be people who can receive and who can handle your blessing and who are ready for it. These are the things I pray for them, and I pray these things in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen, team. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys on our next video tomorrow.